movement channel. Today we're going to have a live session. So go ahead and get comfortable, sit down if it's convenient for you to do so. Close your eyes if it is convenient to do so. And of course, consider those in your life who might benefit from receiving light. So, first, we'll begin with gratitude. Now, before we've talked about giving self-Johrei, starting with the forehead, the crown, the neck and shoulders, and the heart, even the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root energy center. But right now, will be received wherever you need it. If you need peace of mind, you'll receive it. If you need peace in your body, you will have it. If you need peace in your emotions, you will have it. So just relax, receive this light from the divine forces. Light requested by your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit guardians. Be sure to like and share. If you have questions, be sure to put them in the comments below. I do address comments as soon as I see them. You may feel a little drowsy. You may feel like you're going to sleep. This is a byproduct of the negative energies dissipating off of the auric field. It can subdue us, relax us. These toxins that are burning off have led us to disease, poverty, and conflict. So, when we want to know, is it really working? Yes. Yes. Sometimes there may be some flatulence or burping or some other physical detoxifying, purifactory episode where an individual may seem perfectly healthy, perfectly wide awake and alert, but then when you start giving them light, they begin to act in an unusual manner. Maybe uh, they are completely different from how they came in, and their demeanor. Sometimes the ancestors will influence the person, and they may cry, or they may begin to speak in some unusual phrases or language even. So these are all manifestations of receiving light. If you have any of these uh, conditions, these things happening, don't worry about that. That is just part of it. Enjoy the trip, enjoy the ride. I'm trying to read your question. Let's see. Hello, William Ruggles. Do you also have a partnership with the Sukyo Mahakari religion? It seems to be the same practice, almost identical. Well, William Ruggles, it is so interesting that you would ask a question such as that. You see, Meishu Sama began world messianity in Japan back in really 1921, but 26 is when the church was founded. The thing about it is, many high ranking members, ministers, uh, uh, center heads, they began to have different in their understanding and application of Meishu Sama's teachings. And so they broke off. Mahikari is one of those breakoffs. Sume, Johrei Fellowship, Izanome, Miroku. There are so many splinter organizations of Meishu Sama's teachings. It is amazing that the teachings still survive today, even in this filtered, watered down state. I myself trained, I studied at Johrei Fellowship, where Reverend Higuchi, uh, Reverend Nagai, Reverend Ajiki came and founded the first center here in the US. And still, in my time, they split, becoming Izanome. And yet they split again, becoming Miroku. And now Church of Messiah. Well, Golden Circle movement is here as a circle. I don't expect, Mr. Ruggles, I don't expect that my Kari will rejoin Fellowship, Miroku, Mokichi Okada Association. I don't expect any of these organizations to give up their power, their control over those members. Yes, it is very egoic and unfortunate, but here you are, a practitioner, and I am a practitioner. So together we are the Golden Circle. We do not require Kyoshi-sama, Masaki-sama. We don't require the sacred grounds. They have been separated from us for quite some time now. I will establish a new sacred grounds in the United States, where all practitioners, like yourself, like those who practice all of the other many different factions, sects, splinter groups, different ways to practice Meishu Sama's teachings. We can all practice together. In the Johrei, in the Golden Circle movement, this will not require you to leave your parent organization or to change your affiliation. If you require a focal point, we have focal points, we have teachings, we have everything that you need. I'm going to uh, uh, put a class online that will teach the very basic fundamentals about being a light worker, about being a practitioner, about Johrei, about the teachings, everything that a beginning practitioner should know. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Ruggles? Well, William Ruggles, his question is, it seems like the Okada from Mahakari stole the story told by the Johrei Okada. Well, this is true, but it is understandable, you see, is as we understand the shoujo aspect and the daijo aspect. Well, I have, in my own experience, found many aspects of the Johrei movement, the Johrei practice, practitioners, and their egos to be very shoujo. So shoujo that there is no room for change. And so others leave, they split away, and you could say that that knowledge was stolen, but really, do they own it? They do not. It is true Meishu Sama brought forth these teachings and this light. Did he create it? No. So, William Ruggles says thank you for clarifying, and he now asks has an additional statement. A loved one is in the other group, and it requires them to wear a pendant in order to give light. Is this necessary? Well, it is so interesting that you would ask this question, because this is a focal point, a pendant, if you will, that I have made with the Ohikari symbol inside. You see, it is not necessary to have a focal point to receive light, to have an intention to give light. There is no need for a focal point. What there is a requirement for is protection for the physical form. You see, while you are in deep meditation, focus, sending light, oftentimes we might rise out of the physical form, just above the physical form. When this happens, another may enter. If our physical form is full of toxicity, is weakened, is depressed, is hungry, is just plain feeling negative. If we have this negativity, then it becomes an affinity that other negative elements can attach themselves to and can even take over and inhabit one's physical person. So, this is the necessity for the focal point. The focal point serves to protect the physical form and the auric field. Now, is that pendant the best device to protect the physical form? Well, it is one of the many, and we will see ultimately what is necessary. So what I would say is accept the pendant, the gift. It is a blessing. If it is presented, a pendant is presented, then it means that it is necessary. That means that the spiritual guides that are involved know that this individual needs more protection, more energy around them to help in their mission. So, do you have any other questions? If you have questions after this live has finished, make sure you put your questions in the comments in the replay. So, in the practice of Johrei, we know that you should use one hand. Did you know you may also use two hands? However, you don't want to exhaust yourself. This is the reason for using one hand. You don't want to put too much of your own energy into this session. You want to be able to just relax, be at ease, bend your arm just a little, bend your wrist, stay flexible. You can close your fingertips or you can leave them open. Both apply. What's really important is to hold the ball. You're holding a ball of light. And that light, it's coming into the crown, going down the core of the being, coming out the front of the heart chakra, running along the auric field to the aperture, the hand, the palm chakra. It fills this area, and then one single stream may be directed in any way that you choose. If you choose to direct two streams or more, then you may. But the important thing is not to overexert yourself, not to put your own strength into it. So it is better to use one. So William Ruggles says, not at this time. Okay. I'm not sure what you were responding to. When you say not at this time, what are you referring to? What did you mean by not at this time? Well, I will say one more thing on the division between Johrei groups. Although it is unfortunate, it is evidently that which is necessary for us to grow as a movement. Among other faiths, spiritual practices. No further questions, I see. Well, I appreciate your participation. One day, I expect...
He just peed on the computer desk.
I don't expect the groups to come back together, but I expect us members to rise above the egos of our leaders. For instance, since Kyoshi-sama sought to connect with other religions, as Meishu-sama guided us, because we know that the final condition for us will be East and West. But for them to oust Kyoshi-sama from the religion, that is amazing. Why? Who? I mean, if we are all inclusive as a movement, as a religion, as a faith, why would we disavow someone who is so devoutly connected to the organization? That is pure ego. There seems to be about a 5-minute delay. That makes sense. I am in Utah, United States. Where are you located? Now,
He's not no problem. He's not hurting anybody.
Kiyoshi-sama
Just annoying.
and Masaki-sama, they have mentioned
Andy just said it'll help me
that there are no longer any sacred grounds. That means all of the efforts of the members of Meishu-sama to build the sacred grounds, for the members to build sacred grounds in Thailand and in Brazil, those things are now meaningless. You see? Is that really the case?
Maybe we just got back
I
from the
mean,
park. No, I meant that one. I know, but I don't know if I want to. We just got back from the beach.
where did they gain this authority to tell people that they cannot worship here?
I came to relax for a
That
minute.
doesn't
I'm gonna
even
sit on
make
the couch
sense.
for a minute.
It is so egoic and negative, and yet it is within the Johrei movement. It is the global headquarters, the mother church. And here we are, without direction, without focus, all of us splintered, separated, divided, angry, enemies for someone else's ego. Well, here we are. This is the meaning of the Golden Circle movement. This is why the Golden Circle movement exists. To connect the members, not only of all the practices of the Johrei faith, but also the other light workers, the other practitioners who are filled with love and light, just as we are, and have a strong mission to help create paradise on earth, just like we do. So, this is the Golden Circle movement. If this is something that you're into, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for your participation. Thank you again for your participation. Wherever you are viewing this, I appreciate the support. Thank you again. Namaste.